Okay.
So, how was the desert?
Cold, stormy, and too many Imperials.
Not my preferred weather forecast.
Less Imperials now.
More common by the day. Where did you weather the storm?
A cave past the old market.
Yeah, the
Our
spam all
friend
saved
showed
us.
the way.
You've a habit for making new friends wherever you go.
Does she?
Survival instinct, perhaps.
I intercepted some Imperial
I thought I was a
communications.
stormtrooper then. It's
Your
just part of the armor.
reputation is growing.
Was there
Mine
fear
or
in
hers?
that?
Oh, hers.
Quite a bit, yes.
Good. How are you feeling?
Better. That tea you brought me was wonderful.
The lighting in here is very harsh, isn't it? Can I talk to them? No? Okay. What's this? Just a place to check out my thingy-mabobs, right? Yeah, guess so. Oh, what happens when I... Ah. Might actually make use... I don't like the fact that your Y is a force power. At least with that one it makes sense, because he's using technokinesis to throw it around and stuff. But... why is that a force power? Why is that a force power? Seriously. Anyone? No? No good explanation? Yes, I need to use the Force to swing a sword over my head. I'm a Jedi, because I can do that. I mean, I can't do it with a lightsaber, because lightsabers don't exist, but I can do that, so I must be a Jedi then. See how that works? Are you guys going to come out? Oh, I can't talk to him.
Master Cordova and I will wait for Grease.
Okay.
Go speak with Seer.
What's he waiting for? Oh, is he scared of you still? Can I see him in the cockpit?
Reese must be in the kitchen.
Yeah.
We'll meet up with him later.
Okay. Let's go see Seer then. See what she has to say for herself. And see what Cal has to say to her. Oh, I get it now. I finally understand. It's because she doesn't approve. Does she? She doesn't approve of his lifestyle choices. Oh, okay. Yeah, she doesn't approve of what he's done. She thinks that the dead should stay dead. And Marion is just like, why don't you go to Dathomir and do it there? And I'm like, well, you see, it only works with plot convenience people.
Not like Brother Armai is to break contact.
You know what I mean? It's a library, Cal. I'm sure you've seen one before.
Kestis. Welcome to Jeddah. I knew the storm wouldn't deter you.
You need to eat more, honey. You're a bit on the tiny side.
Archives.
We're trying.
Her arms are like sticks.
As long as this knowledge remains, the legacy of the Jedi survives.
It's incredible. But something tells me there's more to this than just holobooks.
So how long is this all going to stay hidden then? Does it end up destroyed?
Yes. We're a part of a network known as the Hidden Path. We provide safe passage and new identities to those who have been persecuted by the Empire.
I see they've done a better job with the rigging on her face this time. Her eyes don't bulge out like
Jedi
15
survivors.
miles.
Very few of us remain. But yes, and Force
I'm
sensitives.
surprised any are left considering how often they seem to whip out their lightsabers.
Why didn't you tell me?
Because you were too busy trying to sell
never
vegan-friendly NFTs.
Besides, I hear you've been busy making yourself the Empire's most wanted.
I wanted to prove to the galaxy that the Empire isn't invulnerable.
You're not the only person
That you
who's
can't resist.
done that
That you have
and
to
has
fight
been
if things
doing
are
that.
gonna get better. But then they just listen to the propaganda and they pretend they're free anyways.
Well,
You chose a hard path.
people are like
Doesn't make a
that.
difference.
If there's
Well,
not so much in the way of
While the
oppression,
Empire's trained its eyes on you,
you know,
we've been able to build the network.
it's a
Find
very
allies.
it's a very nuanced situation because there are certain planets from the Empire, yes, that were like heavily oppressed, and full-blown dictatorship, but a lot of other places were left to pretty much govern themselves as long as they paid taxes. How is that really any different from any current government we have? That's my point. It's not. That's why it's such a difficult thing. Some people will live under a totalitarian regime as long as they're given personal autonomy. Sometimes that's all people want.
We both have our roles to play in this struggle.
I can't say whether that's right or wrong.
Seer.
Survival is survival.
Hey, Seer, you can't say it ain't short of personality.
Mm.
But kind of creepy, though.
Well, it's good to see you too, Grease.
Hey.
Hello, BD.
Okay.
Why is his voice
So, how was your
suddenly
time in the
robotic
desert?
echoey?
The storm covered our tracks, but the Empire destroyed one of your speeders.
It's a small price to pay for everybody.
Dressed like that with those like face markings and the tattoos and stuff, she looks like she should be in an Egyptian Assassin's Creed game, like what was it, Origins? Yeah, Origins. Right? Yeah, Origins. I played some of that. It was okay, but it's just too big.
Yes.
I'm not a big fan of the huge open worlds. I like the small
Brings
ones.
you all to Jedi.
I think it keeps
We're searching for a
people,
lost
keeps
planet.
everything contained, you know?
Tanalorr, you ever heard of it?
It's on the other side of a deadly nebula called the Kobo Abyss.
How tall is
Our
Bodhi?
archives are far from complete, but I'm sure Master Cordo is up to the task.
With pleasure.
The trouble is, we're not the only ones looking.
So I'm
for
pretty
this
sure
place.
Cal, what's
This
his
was
face?
sounding too easy.
Guy's name
his
is
name?
Dagan Gera.
Dominic
He was a
Monaghan.
Jedi.
I'm sure he's like
Now he leads
5'10".
a band of raiders on the Outer Rim.
Marion's pretty tall as
There's a
well.
temple there. Dagan intends to reclaim it.
Then
Jedi
again, they might
temple
not.
out of reach
The
of
characters
Empire
might not
could
be
mean that
to
there's
scale.
Information there that we don't have in the archive.
Just because they're
believe I
mocapped
have
doesn't mean they've made them the same size as their actors.
I'll start with the bad news.
Well, boy, this guy knows his audience.
Wait, did you lose your
No
NFT?
information related to crossing the Kobo Abyss. However, I found 2 mentions of this Dagon Gera.
Ah,
He had a retreat on Kobo. And records show him
Did he
frequently
now?
visiting a laboratory on its moon.
laboratory.
Hey, we'll check him out.
If you find anything, bring it to me.
How do you get labra from
I'm
the
happy
word
to
labour?
assist further.
Thank you. Both of you.
'Cause that's where the word,
Cal.
that's where the word
I hope you
originates.
find
A
what you're searching
laboratory, a place where you do labour,
And with you.
a place where you labour, laboratory. It just as it's gone by, we've changed it. I suppose I'll accept laboratory more than laboratory. At least it's the correct number of syllables. Research channel or Shattered Moon, Kobo.
I will escort you back to the Mantis.
The Shattered
You're
Moon.
not joining us?
I cannot.
The Shattered Moon is where I get the Claymore stance. I need to go there.
So where are we headed first? Back to Kobo?
No.
Or its moon?
Definitely the moon. I want my
Let's hit
new
the moon
lightsaber
laboratory
style.
first.
Laboratory.
Maybe we can find something there to help us cross the abyss. Ready to
Maybe.
roll out when you are.
Maybe. See ya.
Cordova
Let's
said
have
he
a
found
heart
you
to
while
heart.
He was seeking other Jedi survivors.
Yes. Hard to believe that fate brought us together once again after all this time.
Could have used that.
Especially
luck
since
while
I
we were
thought he
hunting
was
for
dead.
Holocron.
I know. Luck or fate. I'm just happy my master's
Cal,
alive and here with us.
Ixnay on the
And
previous
determined
game,
as
eh?
ever to
Because
tend to the Jedi legacy and resist the Empire.
Hmm.
Have a look around the archive, Cal. We'll talk later.
there was a surprising
The
lack
archive
of
is long,
awkwardness to
there's
this
still much work to
reunion.
do.
After they bigged
leave
it
you
up
to it.
like that, I expected to have some friction, and you just like,
Cal.
it's fine.
I was hoping we could speak about something.
Really?
There is a site, quite an ancient one at that, in the northern desert.
Ah,
I visited
you have a
it
bit of
during
podge to you,
my
don't you,
early
mate?
days on Jeddah, before the Empire's presence grew.
I can relate.
Kind of sight.
Although I am
One
losing
built
weight.
by those who revered Force users. We know
down
little
to
about them, but I found the experience quite fascinating.
About 2:30
Perhaps
now.
you will too.
We'll check it out.
I'm really getting there. I've started riding my
Cal, my
bike to
friend,
work. I've mentioned this already.
You made the acquaintance of Sister
It's.
Task.
I'm starting to
think I have.
really enjoy
You want to
the.
introduce yourself.
I'm really starting to
She's
really
our
enjoy the
chief
ride. It's only about
archivist.
2 miles,
And though I doubt she'd admit it, she seems eager to meet you.
but
I'll stop by.
Very
I'm
good.
really enjoying it.
Just remember to mind your manners. She's not
I used
through
to
and through.
I used to cycle the same difference with a previous job, but that was 4 hours in
I
a
have.
supermarket
Quite fascinating.
cleaning.
Though my
So
research
I was
was
always
cut
shagged
short
by the
due
time I
to
got there. Whereas the
growing
job I'm doing
Imperial
now,
presence. Now
I can
it's
cycle down there. I can
distance
sit down for a few
adventure
minutes and get my
outside.
breath
We send
back.
communications
And then by the
only
time I'm
when
finished, I can sit down a little while and rest, and then head on home. So
That is why
we'll
I
see.
could
It's
not
shorter,
tell you that I returned, my
you know?
friend.
So
My sincerest apologies.
I'm liking it a
Just
lot
glad
more
you're
than I did with the previous one.
Please let me know how your field research expedition goes.
Is he using the back of his head as a light? Grease? Ah, I can talk to
Glad
Grease.
you didn't have to fly through that storm.
Hmm.
So, how's it feel to be piloting the Mantis again?
Like
How
being home.
they get the mantis
Why'd
to
the long
here
face?
anyway?
It's been too long. My pilot instincts are all off.
Hmm.
I know how hard it is trying to relearn skills you put to the side.
I like riding the bike.
Still, I regret ever walking away from the Mantis. Keep thinking I'm gonna slip up.
You walked
Oh,
away when
Marin.
you needed to. I know you'll pick it back up in no time.
Okay. You're a
Yeah,
good
it's like riding
friend,
the bike.
Cal. This
Just
new
takes a bit of
one's
practice
gonna
and you get
make
back to it.
piloting a little different. But I'll get there.
Yeah, you'll adjust.
Oh, hey, Seer or Master
Have faith in
Cordova's
yourself.
got the answers, not me. Talk to one of them.
I already did. Do you have anything else to say for yourself, women's? No, she's fucking off. Right. How much of this can I explore? Okay, so I can't go in. No, I can go in there. Okay then. Doesn't look like there's anything in here, but can I get up there? Nope. Oh, it's another one of those doors. Aha. Herm. Nope. When can I start opening them? I wonder. I wonder.
The spirit withers
Does
before
it?
the force of others.
That's the
Didn't
same
the
voice
first
as
track
Dagon, isn't
say,
it?
The life force blooms?
Perceptive.
They're completely
It is, isn't it?
incompatible.
That's the same.
Seek universal truth, brother. If one tablet says withers, and the other says blooms,
Not him.
neither is universal. By
Ah.
definition. So we ask, what do they have in common?
What do they have in common, brother?
Yeah,
That
that's
you
definitely the same voice as
ought to be
Dagon, isn't it?
reading them. No more dithering.
Hmm. No, Beches. I think that's actually quite sensible. That's a good way of... No, I can't get through there. That's a good way of putting your student back in his place, so to speak. It's not condescending or dismissive, but it does remind them. It's chiding rather than condescending.
Another scroll.
Right, so seriously, how do I... Cal, turn around. Oh, I can go backwards. Okay. So if I... No, then how do I get across? Does it run across the pipes or something? Maybe across that? I don't know. Yeah, I really want to start opening them. I want to start opening them.
Focus.
Yes. Teach me to focus. Teach me to focus. I can't fast travel yet. Come on, Cal. Cal, BD. Come on, bud. Come on, budda. Ah, a bit more stuff in here. Oh, hello.
I suppose you have both studied Oyson's lemma.
Yes, sister.
Have they?
Indeed, sister.
Then perhaps you will explain to me the paradox of the fifth book.
Oyson explores the antinomy of enlightenment. It's a
Antinomy?
paradox about the inevitability of cycles.
Antinomy.
Explain.
Enlightenment is defined as cycle breaking, but per the canons, to be enlightened is to suffer the cycle. The more we
Antimony?
strive to break the cycle, the more we embody it. But in accepting it,
Does she
we
mean
become enlightened,
antimony?
thereby breaking
I know
the
that
cycle.
word, I just don't know what it means.
Indeed. And what do you make of this?
I think the meaning is clear. You can't reason your way to true enlightenment.
Ah. The lemma has confounded scholars for centuries, but to you, its meaning is clear.
Well...
Recall the canons. There is no truth but the truth of all things. There is no knowledge but the force of all others.
Okay.
Perhaps you should revisit the 5th book. And while you're there, revisit the preceding books as well.
True knowledge is to know that you know nothing. Or maybe he's right. Maybe you shouldn't be so dismissive. Sometimes people dig way too much into... Oh. Way too much into things that aren't really that complex. If you ask me. Oh, hello. Yeah, that was... I came across as very dismissive to me. That's the thing about philosophy. There is no right and wrong. So... At least I've always been of that position.
Check it out, BD.
It's far more interesting to consider possibility than actual... Oh, I thought that was a sword or something then. Possibility rather than actuality, do you know what I mean? I think I've always felt that that's exactly what philosophy is. Possibility. You start trying to codify it into one understanding, you're doing philosophy wrong. It's more about ideas. At least that's my position on it. And that applies to everything, philosophically speaking. You know what I mean? What's that? Is that an echo? I think it is. Are these two going to start gabbing? No. What's this?
So good to see you, Merrin. What brings you to Jedi?
I came across a group during my travels.
Oh?
Their goal is to hide Force sensitives from the Empire.
Oh.
Have you ever heard of the Hidden Path?
Ah. Wait, so did
Sister,
Merrin introduce Seer, or did
Persuaded? Perhaps not.
Merrin hear about them and then go and see Seer?
Was inspired. Tragically,
Speaking of, I think that's the voice of Seer.
to present a consistent ontology.
I may need to revisit it.
And that's Dagon again, I'm sure it is. I'm sure that's the same guy who does the voice of Dagon. You get that in a lot of well, voice acting in general, and why not? You know? It's a lot easier to hide a voice than it is an entire person. I'm going to go and have a look at what's for sale here first. See what you have.
Hail,
See if there are any new
I am called
parts.
Sister Task.
I'm Cal.
Word of your arrival has
Why are
spread
you
quickly,
wiggling so much,
Noble
Cal?
One. Master Junda holds you in high esteem.
Seer and I have been through a lot together.
And up until this
Jeddah
point, you
is
said there was a
brimming
lot
with
of
lost
animosity.
artifacts related to your order, among other traditions. Should you happen upon any scrolls or other objects of interest, I would
so you take
gladly
more than just the
exchange
scrolls?
Some of the treasures I've unearthed for them.
I'll
Really?
let you know if I find anything.
Stop wiggling, Cal.
We are in your debt.
It's very wiggly.
Noble One.
Cool.
I meant to ask.
You are curious to learn more about the
The
masked
books.
hermits helping your mentor, hmm?
I guess.
I am.
They do
We are
kind of
the
creep me out a bit.
Narcus Anchorites. We study and venerate the Force as it manifests through knowledge.
That's cool.
You're scholars?
We gather knowledge.
Sounds like my kind of thing, to
much
be
like
honest,
other
apart from the
scholars,
wearing the
yes.
mask thing.
But our labor is driven
Not
by
big
the
into... Oh,
belief
wow, this place is
that
pretty big.
knowledge expresses universal truth. Through wisdom, we
Truth
seek
is
to
always
perceive
subjective.
the formless pattern of
There
the
is
Force.
data,
Do you understand?
and then everything
I
else is
understand
interpretation.
describing the Force as a formless pattern, although that isn't my perception of it.
Indeed. Nor do we experience the Force as you do, Noble One.
Different interpretations.
Why do anchorites wear masks?
See, I think this
Why
is
does a
a
Jedi
far better
carry a
example of
lightsaber?
philosophy.
It's useful. It's a tool.
Yes. Why else?
It's a symbol.
Because...
Very good. Our masks protect us from the sands.
Is
from
that
the raw
Arabesh?
winds, But
some
so
of
do
her
they symbolize
tassels there.
our vows of anonymity.
That's some vow.
Some of it looks like it could be
Some
Arabesh.
vow indeed.
Okay, women's, you do that.